Good morning, Thistledewers. Judy from Thistledew Creations here, and I'm just packing up Wanda's Easter journal to send back to her. And I thought I would just give you guys a look at what I'm sending with it. I'm putting it into a flat rate box from Canada Post, the small box. You pay the postage, and then as long as it fits in this box and is under 11 pounds or 5 kilograms, then it ships for whatever you paid. I think it's around $25. And it goes all over Canada for that price. I wish they had these for international. It would be so much easier to do swaps with people. But as far as I know, they don't. So the size of the box is 14 by 10 3/8 by 2 1/8. So you can fit full-size pieces of paper in here without folding them or bending them. I just kind of figure I need the room for this stuff that I've assembled for Wanda. This is her Easter journal, which we have a full flip through of with the package that she sent to me, which just aired a couple days ago. So I'm not going to do another flip through on it, but that's going in for sure. That's the main reason for sending the package. And then I've got a tote bag for her, which I might sort of stuff everything into and then stuff it down in the box. I'm not sure yet, but I kind of quizzed her. I had one that was wine bottles and corks and stuff, and I kind of quizzed her whether she was into wine or not. So it doesn't sound like she is, but she said yes to feathers. So these I bought either on AliExpress. I think it was AliExpress. It's been several years ago now. When I was selling jewelry at a local salon, I was buying other things like this to sell there as well. So that will go to Wanda. And then for her Easter journal, I'm going to send her these daisy stickers. They're like a 3D, some of them are 3D daisy stickers, so that she can use them in that page that said something about making a daisy chain. So those are going in. And then this is a set of 4 wine glass coasters, but they can be used for any stemmed glassware. You put this around the bottom of the glass where it would touch the table, and then it becomes like a coaster and a glass enhancer, I guess. So those are and you could use them as pockets in a journal instead. You could make little round books and put them in there. The one other page in the Easter journal that inspired this, there was a page with rain boots, really pretty rain boots, and I said that I had a stamp with puddles. So I thought that I would send this along. I'm pretty sure I have doubles of this one. So that's coming your way, Wanda, and that's a Temu stamp. And then I went through my craft room and found a few little fold-up cardboard boxes, just cardstock boxes, that I thought you might be able to use either as boxes or as the cardstock. And then another one of my little mason jar. I think you probably have one of these. I often send them in swaps. And inside of it is a little charm that I made, or a pendant. And it's like a little brass wire nest with 3 eggs in it. I don't know how many kids you have, but I like the 3 eggs. I like the look of the 3 eggs the best, so I almost always made them with 3 eggs. But that's entirely made out of wire and 3 beads. And I made that myself. Made quite a few of them there one spring. I'm going to get this back in the bag just to protect it. So you can throw that onto a cord or a necklace, Wanda. And then I've got a package of a fabric sampler that I'm not sure how it's going to fit in. I might have to break it up, but I've got some bits of laces and sari silk and cutouts from tablecloths. Lots of those. There's some edging from that same tablecloth. Some bits of muslin, piece off of a table runner. Daisy, again, you could do this for your daisy chain too. Make a belly band with this down the middle or something. A piece of tea towel that has mason jars on it. And I absolutely love this tea towel, but it was pretty stained. So I thought I'd tear it up and then you can coffee dye it and use it however you'd like. It would be a great one for in the fall when we're doing our preserving. And there's a few bees on it, which I also liked. And there's just a piece of muslin. I don't even remember what this was torn out of, but it has a really neat feel to it. Really neat texture. And then a piece of lime green torn fabric. A silky green leopard print. I guess it's like a head tie, hair tie. I hope what you strive for will finally be as you wish. And this has an interesting story to it. My dad asked me to order for him online. There was this ad for a cane that folds out into a little seat so that when you're walking along, you can then sit down if you need to. And it was quite expensive. And I went online and ordered it for him. And that's what we received instead of the cane. Quite the ripoff. And then a piece of Battenberg lace, small tablecloth, quarter of it, and it's already been coffee dyed. And then just some fabric scraps, a scrap of quilted vintage quilt, hexies, a scrap of my favorite color t-shirt yarn, a snippet of my pink and magenta chenille bedspread, and then some more upholstery fabric samples. Hopefully you can use these colors, Wanda. A little piece of dotted Swiss. I'm always looking for dotted Swiss. I should put that on my wish lists. And then some little silvery upholstery samples and a piece of blue plaid. And then this is actually part of a Ralph Lauren table napkin, which I cut up. I hated to cut it up because it was Ralph Lauren. I was going to put it in my Etsy shop, but it's so pretty. We want to use it. Put it in my Etsy shop and it'll go into a tote and be forgotten about. And then this beautiful piece of silk brocade, one of my favorite colors. Another piece of torn fabric. Another piece cut out of a tablecloth with a little bit of hand embroidery on it. Some lace applique. Little piece of mauve lace. Some more pieces of tablecloth that's been cut up, crocheted. And this one's really neat. This makes a nice netted feel with the little flowers all over it. And then another piece of clear organza, sort of dotted Swiss with the purple. These are like fuzzy little bits. So that's the package of fabrics. And then there's this one piece of napkin. I think I got this napkin from Wanda. So I used the white glue and water to make it into like, what do you call it? Rice paper. There's a few more fabric bits too. I'm going to put these all together. So there, I went through my fabric samples again last night and picked all of these out. So hopefully these will all fit in. If not, I'll do another separate little package to you. And then I found my Latin composition book, which I've completely gutted. I'm just sending it along as a container to hold these pages. So I have a big assortment here of wallpaper that looks like picket fence, ledgers, bingo cards. This was out of an address book. It's the notes section. And so there was a couple of pages just with lines and then the two little ducklings. And I thought maybe you would want to put that into your Easter journal, Wanda. And then an angel, and she's on a little easel Oh, I can't send you that. That's from my dad to my mom. I didn't realize that. I got to keep that one. Sorry, Wanda. Parcel post sticker. Rain or shine, read anytime. I don't know if you're a reader, but that's a little bookmark. A couple of fussy cuts of flowers, like a botanical looking flower. Some tickets. This is a book label, so this book belongs to, and it's got teddy bears. And I absolutely love these vintage cards. They are unused, and they are the type that fold out like an 8.5 by 11 with just the picture on the 1/4. I just love these girls with the daisy heads. They would look cute in your journal too. And then a reading list card, a punch card, a receipt, an invoice, a couple copies of that invoice, checkbook, deposit slip, a vintage receipt, guest check. This is from those photo boxes, so you write down what's on the photos. We've got a library card holder. This was just torn right out of the back of the book, the whole page. Coloring page. Just a pretty piece of paper. Another one with some lines and dates on it. List pad page, guest book pages. Other list pads. I like list pads. You've probably got some of those from me before as well. And then these sort of a planner pages out of a newer Dollar Tree one. And then some book pages. We've got Latin. We've got some blue with ducks in the corner. We've got, this is book pages out of a tiny little book. Looks like it's about sheep and stuff. And then I think that's the book, The Farm. And then some Peter Rabbit pages. And a little mouse. Tom Thumb. And a hummingbird page. And then some different grackles and sandpipers. And this one is out of a household hints book. Very vintage. Some gardening pages. Full color. And then we got a whole bunch of book pages. We've got some dictionary. We've got some footprints in the sand. We have, I don't know what that one was out of. Sometimes there's a title at the top of the page. And then another dictionary page, The Island, Louis L'Amour, Black Shooter, and then a very vintage recipe book pages, and something to do with the Civil War. So that's just a real mixed bag of book pages, all sort of on the smaller side, and they kind of fit nicely inside this Latin composition book cover, which is in really good shape. You could certainly cover it and use it to make a book. And then I'll stick this in here for safekeeping. Then we have a butterfly, I guess it's a bookmark, seagull pewter. So it's meant to go all the way through the book and hang out top and bottom. And then a few things that I made. So we have this little expanding pocket organizer that I made with pages out of Daytimer, and I've filled it with little bits of flowers and tags and die cuts and things for her. And so that's collaged, and then just file folder for the cover, and I made my own discs for the closure. I do have some videos on it, but I haven't put them up yet because they're very fragmented. I kept getting interrupted. So I might have to start that video over again and do some more, but you have one, Wanda. And then these I made quite a while ago when I first got my upholstery fabric samples. They're like little award ribbons sort of style with the angled cuts and layered. and a flower at the top, but they're also a hidden paper clip. And you can, it's pretty on the back too. And then one of my little notepads, again, that I made when I first got my upholstery fabric samples. So this is upholstery fabric, a little bit of lace and a sticker, more upholstery fabric for the tag topper. And this is not just a bookmark, but a little notepad. So a great way to use up some of those list pads and so on. And then this one I saw just recently and have been messing around with it. I don't think I've done the video yet. I did these all in front of the television. So you just take an 8.5 by 11 or any size piece of paper really, and you fold both sides into the center to meet. And you can see mine aren't exactly perfectly centered either, but as long as they come in and meet nice and tidy. And then you fold up and fold down, and then this bottom piece you tuck inside the top piece, and you kind of make your own little envelope. And then I decorated the top flap with the doily and the sticker or die cut and a little piece of sari silk. So it's a great way to just send a few more little goodies inside, or a little place to journal is the idea. And you can put it in a pocket or clip it into a book. And then some music paper. We've got The Days of Wine and Roses, We're Singing the Blues for You, and Cover Me with the Night. Just smaller scale music books. And then inside here is the plain yellow napkin that I did with glue and water mixed with some instant coffee. First, I stamped these script and music stamps over the top with archival ink so it wouldn't run. And then I used the coffee mixture to make it into like a rice paper. So that fit in there, so that's going in there. And then just a few more goodies. Decorated paper clip. I thought this was really pretty with the yellow and purple ribbon. So that just clips onto the side or the top of a page. And then one of my little, kind of like a button book, but this is a pendant for a necklace, mother of pearl pendant. And then just a bunch of little pages and a little back cover. Just sharing what I've made, all these little things. And then this sewing basket, printable, I guess. I scanned a vintage one that I got in a vintage sewing basket, and it was beautiful. But it had the things inside to hold needles. So I'm planning on making one into a needle holder, but I thought you might like to do one too. And it's just really pretty with the roses and the wooden basket. And then a similar kind of thing is a little teacup. This was a printable, I think from G. Kerr, Friday freebie. And I printed these out on watercolor paper, which I really love the effect that you get when you print something on watercolor paper. It just feels so neat. And then again, these are some free printables that I got, and I don't even remember where I got them because they've been cut out for so long. But I thought these birds on a little branch was so cute. And this is printed on pearlized paper. I got a pack of it back when there was an online store, and it was mostly clothes, but it had a few paper things, and I can't remember the name of it now. It's gone. It closed up, but so there's another one. So these are envelopes. You fold, and the little decorative part is the flap of the envelope, and this is also an envelope. So you can fold those up. There was a big one and a small one of the blue, so that would actually make a really pretty color scheme for a journal. The pale taupey beiges with the pale blue. So have fun with those, Wanda. And then this is a card that I just made the other day. I found this paper floating around, and it's scored. I'm not sure what it was supposed to be or what it was part of, but I just love the succulents. And I just backed it onto some scrapbooking paper. So it sort of started, you can finish it kind of thing. And then a few just paper doilies, a few gold, silver, cream, white, red, and pink. And then This is one of my log cabin collages, just done on brown cardstock. So you can use that to however you'd like. This is just a fussy cut out of one of the books I got when I was in St. Jacobs at the farmer's market. I just thought it was beautiful. Thought you might, I had doubles of it, so I thought you might like one. And then this is one of my master boards out of my cluster book. And I just thought I would share. I'm trying to clear those out. And this is, last but not least, one of my painted and stenciled collages done on watercolor paper with my metallic and iridescent watercolors and inks. So hopefully you will enjoy getting all those things and having your journal back. Now I just got to get it all in the box. So I just wanted to share that and show what kind of things we swap for some of the newer people that aren't sure what to expect in Happy Mail. You're not always going to get a package like this. If you do decide to do a full box swap, you will get a fair good assortment. Most of us, when we do a full box swap, the way I look at it is I'm paying $25 for the box, which includes the postage. I might as well stuff it to the gills. So I go around my craft room, and anything I have doubles of, or I'm not using, or don't want, or if it's on the person's wish list and I can spare it, then I stuff it in there. So hopefully you'll enjoy this swap box just as much as you did the last one, Wanda, and maybe it'll be a while before we do another one, but I know we'll do another one. So thanks for watching today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.